Hi guys, this week we are going to work with patterns, and I'm going to explain you today how you can create them and apply it to your artwork. Okay, I have a simple document in here. It's a square artboard, really simple. Okay, now you have different options to create a pattern. You can create it with images, you can create it with hand-drawn elements, but today I'm going to explain you how to do it with shapes. Okay, we're going to focus in the technique, in the process of creating patterns. So I'm going to go and click on the ellipse tool. I'll press Shift and Alt, and I'm going to create a simple circle. Let me change the fill there. I have a simple circle in there. Okay, and what I want to do is to create a polka dot pattern. That means that I want my entire artboard to be filled with circles. To do that, or to create a pattern, we have three options. One, you click in your object or in your shape, you go to the object menu, go to pattern and make. The second one, you go to window, you open the pattern options panel, you click in the three-line menu and click in create pattern. And the last one that I like the most is that you open the swatches panel, that you can also make it visible here in the window panel, the swatches panel, and then I click in here in my object and drag it to my swatches panel. Now I already have it in here. So if I double click in here, the pattern options panel that I located in window opens, but this time all the options are active. Now I can change the name in here. I will put dots. And the first option that I have here is the tile type. For now, I have grids, the grid option. I can also pick brick by row, or brick by column, or hex by column, or hex by row. Okay, you have different options. For this one, I think I'll go by brick by row. And you have the width and the height, which is the size of your circle. What I like to use in here is the size tile to art. If I click over there, I'm going to constrain my proportions, and I'm going to put 5, for example. The other one will change as well. And I use this to create spacing between my elements. If you want more, of course, you can put 10. The other one will change, and your pattern changes as well. Now they have a little bit of separation. You can see better these options over here, okay? How the pattern is applied. I think I'll go for that one, but I put it 20 of separation. I like that one. Now, what do you see here? What you see in here is the bounding box. Let me zoom in. If I click in here, these are the transform controls of my circle. That means that I can make it smaller or I can make it bigger. But this one that I have over here is the bounding box. If I click in this part, it says the pattern tile tool. And that means that I can change this, the bounding box. I can make it bigger, and I can change how my pattern looks, okay? But as you can see, the spacing here changes. So it depends on what you want to do with your art. You can see that I have copies in here. This is only for me to see how my pattern will look like in my artboard. Now, once you're happy with your pattern, go and click done. This is the circle over there. It gets filled automatically with the pattern. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't need it anymore. But as you can see, my pattern is there. If I put my cursor on top, you'll see it says dots. That's the name I gave it to it. So how do I fill my entire artboard? I'm going to click in the rectangle tool and create a square that completely fills my artboard. And there you have it, your own pattern. Very simple. If you don't like the color or how it's aligned or something, you can double click here. You can change the way it looks. You can even click on this circle, change the color, click in done, and your entire pattern will change as well. Okay, So as you can see, I have it in there. But what happens if I also want to add a background color? If I put yellow and then I want to have the pattern also in here, the easiest way to do it is to create a copy of this one, apply the pattern to the other one, and now I have a background color and a layer with the pattern. That's the easiest way, but I'm going to show you a new panel. It's the appearance panel. I'm going to get rid of the pattern. I'll click in here. And then I'm going to go to the appearance panel that you can also find in the window menu. Now let's understand what's happening in here. My appearance panel tells me all the details that my layer or my object has. It tells me here that it doesn't have a stroke and it has a yellow fill. But I also have all these options in the bottom. This one allows me to create another layer of stroke and another fill layer. So if I click in here, I'm going to put this on top of the other one. Now I have two different fills. So the one in the background will be yellow and the other one will be filled with my pattern. To understand this, let me open my layers panel. So as you can see, I only have one. That's my rectangle, that's my shape. But inside my shape, I have different properties. What can I do with this? If, for example, I really like the green, but I think it's too bright, instead of editing the pattern, what I can do is that I can click in the opacity option and decrease the color a little bit. I can change the color of my background. I can play with it, and it's only in one single layer. Okay, this is like the like more advanced way to do it instead of having two different rectangles, okay, like the expert way to do it. So the patterns are very simple to make. If you want to draw something organic instead of using a geometric shape, you can always play with the paintbrush. Maybe you can draw, I don't know, a heart in there. You can change the color of it. I have that. I select it, I go to my swatches panel, I drag it, and again, I do the same thing. I can play with the type of pattern. I can change the sizes. I can style it to art and change the proportions of my pattern. I can even make it smaller if it's too big. And also, I can rotate it if I like it better, or I'll put this in here. I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to resize the copy, rotate this, and I have different elements in my pattern. So I click in done. Let me get rid of this one. Now I'll put a circle, and then that circle will be filled with my new pattern. And again, if I want a background color, I can go to appearance panel, add a color for the background. No, I put a stroke. Here, I didn't see it. There. And then I can play with the colors of my patterns. So the whole topic of the week will be to work with patterns. You can practice this at home, and I'm going to explain you on each of the assignments during the week what you're going to do, okay? So for now, just open a file in Illustrator and practice all the options. For example, I have a polygon here, a 6x6, and if I go to my swatches and drag it here, take a look what it happens when I pick the hex by column. Let me click in size, style to art. I'll put 10, and there you have a different type of pattern, okay? So practice, experiment, and have fun, and I'll see you during the week. Thank you.